Hey family. Um Transparency. Okay. I know that, I have monthlies to work on. Uh but if you guys see the title of this, you know this is a collective reading. Um wow. And it is very much so dedicated to Chadwick Boseman and his passing. Actually, his victory. His victory in physically what he was going through. Um, I didn't want to upload this in emotions because there definitely has been martyrs who have passed on this year. This year has definitely been a awakening to the soul collective. Um, this just hits differently. This just really hits differently. I tried to process out of this for the last few days. Um, i.e. the delays in the monthlies. Um, and I think this really hits differently because in 2013, 2014, my journey into awakening began. Prior to me losing my firstborn in 2017, I had to make a flight out to Arkansas for my mom, who at the time didn't know she was dealing with stage 4 throat cancer. I was her sole caregiver. I was the person who drove her to her chemos, her radiations, the person who had to help her physically after chemo and radiation, the person who had to cheer her on during those times. So, I hate, I don't hate, I know that he was surrounded by a lot of love, because he got the okay, he got the green light to ascend into a master ascension where he is part of this fight um, between good and evil. So I wanted to come through and just say I'm not mourning. I am mourning. I am mourning the physical loss of Chadwick Boseman to us. Only because if you ever been on the front line of cancer and having to fight physically and also support physically and also having to, be there physically for someone who is ascending spiritually through that fight. Man, man. This hits a little differently. It hits a little differently. And it's one of those situations where it's like, this is a strong tap from the universe for the earth angels to step up. I feel like this is where the archangels and the earth angels are collaborating. And the message that is being brought forth is that showtime. Showtime. This man has endured this privately, and he's also taken ridicule publicly for those who do not understand and know the challenges of someone who is having to separate physically and spiritually from themselves. And in this fight, man, in this fight, and I know that a lot of people who follow me know me personally. There was a time where I worked for Texas Oncology, and there was a man one time that came in, and he was like a tech guru, and he had just been recently diagnosed with cancer. And his very first day of treatment, I saw the nervousness in his energy. I saw the nervousness in his spirit. Even to him checking in, it was just like I could feel this energetically. This person was being challenged with mortality. And in this challenge, this person was having to really tap in to how he believed and who he believes and what type of success will come out on the other side of this. True story, you guys. I don't know what made me break out in the song, "Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man?" And it was just like, he looked at me and he was just like, "You know what, I don't know if you own something, I don't care, but you brought this laughter into my spirit, and I'm so grateful." And he went back and he went through his first day of chemo, and he was just like, when he checked out, he was like, "Do you not know that song was in my head the entire 4.5 hours of treatment? Like, this song went through my head and I got tickled every time." And I'm sharing this story with you because in the New Testament, you know, when Jesus sacrificed all, it was the first rule in the New Testament. And it was to be kind and to love each other and one another and to lift each other up. And Chadwick Boseman did that not only legendarily, like as a legend in his works as an actor, but as a humanitarian, as an activist. It's like, man, if I could teach you, if I could give you the strength that I learned in my journey, I would wrap it up in a bow and I would just present it to you. And I would say, here, take this piece of my joy in this journey and it's like the torch, let it light the way throughout your journey. And as I pass this torch to you, man, I just want you to be a beacon of lights to others. And it's hard. It's very hard with what you are surrounded by as far as like your environment, your people, your circle, your family. It's hard to energetically hold yourself up to a capacity where that torch shines bright. And I just want to say congratulations to Chadwick for his ascension. I want to say congratulations to him on a job well done. I want to say congratulations to him in a way to where it's like, brother, that torch, that torch you lit, man, it's not only hitting my generation, the generation before me, the generation after me, it is hitting generation. So I don't know what's in this reading and I don't know what's in this upload. I just know that from one earth angel to another and from one who just received their wings, kudos, my brother. Kudos, my brother. Kudos, my brother. Kudos, my brother. I pray that this torch that you have lit shines forever, eternally, and brightly. It goes into all the corners of the dark spaces, and it brings not only hope, light, but it brings change. Because I feel like whomever has received his mantle, man, the Kangs, the Kangs, the Kangs has to step forth. And I feel like with the passing of Kobe, Nipsey, and all the other greats, all the other people who were legendary in their works, activists, and there are a lot of strong activists still here. I just feel like this is a strong tap as far as passing the baton, passing the mantle, and it's like, and I've told several people this, even, in the first part of this year, I kept getting Noah's Ark. I kept getting the mantle. I kept getting, there's no straddling the fence. You have to pick a side. There is no neutral energy in this. When it comes to right and wrong, good versus evil, you most definitely have to check your moral compass and see where you lie. And a lot of people are big on voting, and yes, voting is very important. I would not use my platform against that. However, I will say this: the world as you know it is changing by the minute. And where there was democracy and where there was, presidential candidacies, there is a whole new world order that is in place. And there is also, I will say, nothing new underneath the sun. I feel like the kings and not the presidents are being tapped. The kings, the hierarchy, the ancestral, and I don't know, I've heard this before, and especially when it comes with emperor, it's like the ancestral plane is like transferring into this realm, and it's almost like, are you the Egyptian god of this, or do you identify with Hitler in this? So it's kind of like the mark of the beast. He is here. I'm not religious, but in my past journey, like in the middle of this journey, beginning of the journey, even before me going into my tower moments, I used to go to church like 3 times out the week, and I was there for that synergy, for that energy. I read the Bible to my children, like it was a love story. And Revelations is not coming; it is here. And a lot of people are having to deal with what you see 5D and what you are accepting 3D. So this hit differently for me because I picked a side a long, long time ago. I picked a side a long time ago. And it hasn't always been comfortable. It has its challenges. It has its, God, I love you, but your people, like, it has those moments. But Chadwick, if I can say to you esoterically, thank you for your legacy. Thank you for, man, thank you for your strength. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for, man, thank you for the blueprint. Thank you for the confirmation. Angel, thank you for, the direction in this journey that we are all as earth angels and as newly awakened and awoken. Thank you for the confirmation that, where faith where faith lies, God resides. And God, it's just so crazy. It's not crazy. It's just, if you ever were on the front line of cancer, this is healthcare workers, loved ones. If you've ever been on the front line of cancer in that fight, God, peace is the joy, and peace is the joy. He received his peace. He has his joy. I'm not talking to anybody new when there is, anti-nausea medicine that has to be given right after chemo. I'm not talking to anybody new where there is radiation burns around the site where radiation is given and you are having to care for this burn. I'm not talking to anybody new who has had to, deal with someone vomiting and having to have diarrhea at the same time. I'm not talking to anybody new to someone that they love and they can't see them get out of the bed on their own. I'm not talking to anyone new who has seen someone try to physically push through, push through, push through, push through physically. And, I'm not a big social media person, so I don't know the ridicule he got for the physical changes in his appearance. But the spiritual changes, man, he chose a side. And he won. He chose a side and he won. He won. Death is not permanent. And that's what I teach a lot of people who are dealing with newfound grief. I teach a lot of people how to tap into energy and how to, man, I'm going to go old school. I'm going to say this. If you ever heard this before, you know where I'm coming with this. It's like, you're supposed to mourn the birth and not the death. You're born as a sinner, and it's like, man, a homegoing is a homegoing. So, to Chadwick Boseman, November 29th, 1977, we celebrate your homegoing, brother, and we want to say to you, job well done. Man, this torch, this baton, is a tap around the world that should be felt. And I feel like the Kangs are being tapped to the tribes. The Kangs of the tribes, the kings of the tribes are being tapped to stand up. And I have seen legacy on a lot of people before, but not many people answered that call because of the weight and the burden of it. And a lot like many of you, I watched the Black Panther yesterday. That's why I did not upload Sunday. I watched Black Panther yesterday, and it was like the message in that movie is so much more important than anything that what's going on around us is. And it's like the fight is not with each other, but it's together. And where there is conflict and obstacles and challenges, there is love, and there is an opportunity to rise above those things. And to his family, you have not lost him. You have received him in a different format. You have received him energetically, esoterically. He has physically been put to rest, or is being put to rest, but spiritually he is still here in this fight. He is still here. He is still here. He is still here. Spiritually, esoterically, I can feel he is still here. I also feel that the other realm, those angels was like, man, we need help. So they're tapping a lot of the greats here, and that's why you are seeing a lot of the removal of archangels, or the guardians. I will call them guardians. You're seeing that they are coming in much like the United Army, or, much like military. They're coming in and they're recruiting, because it's like, yo, where you're at, they're not going to get it. We need you here, because this fight is bigger than where you are physically. So I don't know. I don't know how to even bring forth the message of the awakened, the earth angels, the goddesses, the kings, the demigods, the light workers. Yo, like, game on, showtime. The battle is not begun. It is being won. And when you see one of ours go up, man, it's time for us to show up in transparency in a way to where it's like, you know what? Yeah, yeah, this is who we are. This is who we serve. Um, a lot of people who are divine physician. Okay, a lot of people who are called um, into this fight. A lot of us live a very low key profile. A lot of us are introverts. A lot of us have removed ourselves empathically from the mundane issues of the world, and there are some very mundane issues in this world where it's like, are you serious? Like, this where we gonna focus our energy at? Like, this where we going with this? Okay, you serious? Okay, touche. And then there are some of us where it's like, you know, there's a reason to believe, like, there's a reminder. There's a reminder why we show up in humanity, and there's a reminder why we fight for humanity. There's a reminder why we sacrifice for humanity. Calvary. There's a reason why we're tapped in the way we are. And it's not easy at all. It is so not easy at all. And if you have not experienced the 40 days, 40 nights of this journey, where it's like, okay, you know what, God, I just need to hear specifically from you, because this right here, ain't nobody signed up for this. So, yes, it's a struggle, it's a hardship, it's a blessing, and it's a curse, but it's not rehearsed. It's definitely not rehearsed. So I feel like I'm saying this to you guys to let you know that when you feel that tap, when you feel that call, when you feel something higher than you elevating within you, you are choosing. You are choosing a side, and service is needed. And there is a strong call to service. There's a very strong call to service. And in this service, it's like, man, okay, I'm putting my piece on the board. And Chadwick definitely did that. He definitely has done that, and I give my hat off to him. I give my hats. I feel like I'm emotional because I know physically the struggles, as being my mom's, like, for real legit as soul caregiver when she went through this fight of stage 4 throat cancer, from being diagnosed to the immediate biopsy to the trach to the peg tube to having to have home health, and like, God, like, the immediate disruption of your normal life, so to speak. Chadwick Boseman, my brother, job well done. Rest in peace. Know that the torch that you have left behind, the light, the beacon, we see it. Light worker, the light worker, we see it. It's blazing. It's blazing now more than anything. This tap is going to be received worldwide, and the four corners will come together. And just know that, brother, we're here. We're here, brother. We're here. So, yeah, we're here. We see you, and we're here. We understand, and congratulations on your wings. Congratulations on your wings. And fly free, my brother. And, yeah, I can say rest in peace, but I know that there's greater works on the other side of this. So, if you guys have ever been tapped into some spiritual guys, peace is a understatement. It is definitely a understatement. But yes, congratulations on your wings, and that's pretty much what I have for you guys. I don't feel led to pull tarot or oracle cards in this message. It's just that I really wanted to come through and just let it be a confirmation to those who are led in a destination of this great work, from one light worker to another. It is for show, not for the faint of heart. It is not easy. It is not comfortable. It is sometimes unbearable. But if you can look at the life and the legacy of Chadwick Boseman, it is definitely worth it. Your work is not in vain. You guys are being called to a higher level of service, and it's very important that you recognize this. Very important that you recognize this. So before I get into the rest of the monthlies for you guys, I needed to get that off of me and just let that be known. Just let it be known. He has his wings, and I don't know if this message will bring comfort to any others, but if anyone has been on the front line of cancer, you know this brother has received his wings. He has received his wings. And I'm going to tell you how close I know. The little mask, the little armor guards that they give you for radiation and shit. And when you have to go and get that aquaphor and put it around the person to keep it from breaking down the other skin cells around them. And, you know, the anti-nausea medicine that they have to take. Because chemotherapy and radiation is a bitch. You know, they're not really physically sick until like the next day or that weekend after, and having to go and do lab work. And man, if you see what someone who legit ass has to deal with cancer, if you are their front line and you legit ass see that shit, man, you know their spiritual strength is there, because I can't imagine not wanting to take a bullet and be like, fuck this. You know what I mean? So to hear that this man privately, I'm not even going to say privately, I'm going to say gracefully endured this and persevered through this. For those of you who are battling cancer, let this be your strength to keep going. Like, to keep going. Your wings are there. Your wings are definitely there. You know, I want you to see this as not someone who lost a battle to cancer, but someone who has ascended as a master. He has definitely ascended as a master, and oh boy, you know, Chadwick Boseman, November 29th, 1977. Kudos, my brother. Kudos. You gracefully exited, and it is being felt around the world. The mantle is there. The right one will pick it up, and they will spearhead the message and the transformation that you are bringing into this world. They will spearhead it, and it will be received. So, yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Wow, Wakanda forever, you guys. Wakanda forever. And even in saying that, remember you are royalty. Remember there is a legacy with your name on it. Remember that, you know, that you guys are cut from a different cloth, and that cloth is here. Alright, you guys, be easy. I will be back with the monthlies for September, but I just felt led to, you know, bring this to you guys and let you guys know that, yes, I feel this ascension much like you guys, and yes, it has impacted me personally. Yes, it has, you know, pulled my collar personally, and yes, I know. Yes, I know. Alright, you guys, let me get this to you. You guys take care and love one another. Please love one another. It's the first rule in the New Testament. Love one another. Be kind to each other. Support each other. Be the best brethren you can be, in spite of. Alright, let me get this to you. Take care.